All right, we're here. We're live. We somehow made it. I'm not sure how, but here we are. Whoo, boy. God dang. All right. Hold the phone. I'm here. We had to ramp it up a little bit. Heard we got some rain coming. I don't know why I'm going this way. Up north. Yeah. So, guys, welcome in. Welcome. Let me turn the music down. I don't know why it's so loud. Dang. Welcome to Raceday on Dirt Track Untold. I'm your host, Jordon Cox, your host from Monday Night Live, which you saw me last night. I'm sorry that you're seeing me 2 days in a row, but here we are doing something a little bit different. We did one for Weedsport back Memorial Day weekend, I believe it was. So we figured we kind of, and it seemed like everybody kind of enjoyed it. So we're going to kind of lead you up into night 3 of SummerFAST with the Super Dirt Cars series. We're going to check in with Mike at the racetrack. So yeah, we're getting into that. Hang on one second here. All right, sorry guys, but yeah, so we're going to check in with Michael here in a little bit, a couple minutes. We had to kind of shift some things a little bit forward. So we're going to get to some more stuff a little bit later. We won't be live as long because we're just going to check in with Mike at the track. We'll watch some highlights from last night. Tim Sears coming home with the win last night. That was pretty big. Seems like a really popular win in the Super Dirt Car Series Northeast Modified World. Seems like a good dude, so it was good to see him pick up the win. Great racing last night at Brewerton. So little golf clap for those guys up there. So yeah, apparently we got some weather coming to the Land of Legends Raceway up in Canandaigua there. So things have kind of been pushed along a little bit. So we are also kind of pushing this along. As of right now, I'm kind of just waiting for Mr. Mahaney to show up and say, hey, I'm here. Let me in. He's not here yet. So we're going to riff a little bit. But yeah, so great racing so far with SummerFAST. It seems pretty popular. It seems pretty well talked about so far. With the first 2 nights, like I said, you had last night with Brewerton. Sorry, hang on a second. We're doing it live, everybody. We're doing it live. But you had opening night with Weedsport. Some great racing there. Last night again, continuing it with some great racing last night as well at Brewerton. Again, Tim Sears picking up the win there. So, big night. Mike finished 5th at Weedsport. He was able to rally for a 10th last night. So we'll get to talk to him a little bit about that, how the night went. Oh boy, I hear things. Hold on. Let's get him in here. We're on. Hang on, Michael. There you are, buddy. Hang on. Let me get you on here. Hang on. Mike's here, everybody. Hang on one second. Let me.
Sideways.
Just like that. Perfect. Either way, it doesn't matter, but here you are.
Okay, great.
Mike Mahaney, everybody. He's made it. What's going on, bud?
Nice to see you guys.
What's going on, Daddy-O?
Here at Land of Legends, I just got set up with the T-shirts, checking out the racetrack. They're watering the racetrack. Everybody's getting unloaded in the pits. Super Dirt Car Series had a pizza party, so we got some Mark's Pizzeria pizza.
Okay.
And we're changing gears and patching body panels and getting ready to race.
Changing gears, patching body panels. You guys are, or other people are?
We are. That's what we're doing. I don't know what the other guys do.
Well, that's not for you to figure. Well, yeah, you don't have to figure that out. You just have to race by them, so that's not a problem.
Yep.
So how was last night? I mean, you had yourself a really good night at Weedsport. seemed like Brewerton kind of had your number a little bit. 10th isn't anything
Yeah, I haven't been to
10th isn't
Brewerton in
nothing
a
wrong with
couple of
10th, but
years. Yeah, nothing wrong with where we finished, but I just haven't been there in a couple of years. And it's like, what's up, guys? We're live on YouTube.
Oh, hey,
That's good.
I'm gonna exit this one.
The way go. So yeah, just kind of felt like
1 second.
we're just felt like we're going through, and it was hard to get through the field. You know, like I would get up next to somebody, but I couldn't complete a pass, and it was very slick. What happened really was we changed the steering box for the feature and didn't have a chance to pull gear or much of anything, and it just got very slick. And I haven't been to Brewerton in a couple of years. I kind of didn't know the lanes. Used to be there was a little bit of kind of like a float the middle lane. Last night seemed to me like you either need to be on the very top or on the tires on the bottom. So just one of those deals where learning the racetrack as you go puts you behind, and a lot of the guys that race there weekly were very, very good, including Jimmy Phelps, Timmer Sears, and Amy Houghton came from through to fourth.
Yeah. Yep.
And when I watch her drive by me, I'm like, oh, so I need to slow down that much for the corner and go that low.
Right.
Definitely reminds me of many nights at Brewerton where that's what you do. But it's hard to realize how slow you really can go and still be fast.
Yeah. That was one thing I noticed watching the highlight was it was you went to the bottom, and it was, or when people wanted to race the bottom, you were really slowing down, really checking the car up, and just riding that tire around. Or, like you said, you were way up against the fence, which was made for some great racing.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So it was great racing. I figured it out far after I already slid the car and glazed the tires and did all the wrong things. And it's hard to come back from that, but holding on for 10th was okay. And live and learn, and we'll go back next year and have a better notebook, I guess. Yeah,
you just add it to the notebook, right? And just now you know for the next time you come there that's what you have to prepare for. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Meanwhile, Weed Sport was heavy for once, and we adapted to that pretty well. I thought, it had a lot more bite than we usually have when we go there, and time trials I kind of missed it, but then we made up for it in the heat race and the feature, so kind of come back from that. Tonight's a little different too. So Canandaigua has been very dry, and I think everybody's kind of been talking about it, and right now I just see them putting a lot of water on it. And we have some potential precipitation in the weather forecast. I know everybody hates when somebody talks about that, but I mean, the reality is we all have phones and we all have apps. And it's pretty hard to ignore it. And it is what it is. If we get a little rain, we get a little rain, but it's whether the track can hold it or whether we get to race or not. But it's looking like they got quite a bit of water on the track right now. So, I think they're kind of, trying to combat. Last Saturday they had some dust, so they wanted to try to combat that. So they were working on it. Every race is different. It's hard to be a track guy because the conditions are different based on the weather.
Oh yeah, even just a little bit of cloud cover will change how the racetrack is.
Right, and it's, you want to be able to do the same thing every time, but you can't. You got to judge it each time, and it's really finicky.
How's your notebook for Canandaigua?
Slim. I race here very little. We
Right.
come here once or twice a year for the series, and I have one season here where I ran here weekly, and we won one feature.
Okay.
So we run okay. I have confidence in our ability to run up front here and to win a race here, but it all depends on if we read the racetrack correctly and make the right adjustments, and I drive the right line on the racetrack and make
Same
the
as
right
most
decisions.
places.
There's a lot of things to do, and that's the fun of dirt racing. You get to make mistakes and learn from it and go on. And the last time I was here, it was just really, really slick, and then it took rubber around the bottom. So with the weather we have tonight, I just don't see that happening. I think it's going to be a lot different. So we'll just finish getting ready here and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else you can really do. You just prepare as best as you can. If the weather ends up kind of going a little bit astray, as it seems like it might, you just hammer down from there. Honestly, that's kind of how the tracks end up going. You end up just being hammered down, and almost setup kind of goes out the window. Then you're just kind of at the mercy of where you start, and you hope you don't mess up. I mean, it sounds like hopefully you guys will get enough racing in, maybe even time trials, and hopefully your heat's in before anything kind of happens. So hopefully you can set yourself up with a good position from there. I mean, track position seems to be kind of the key. I mean, other than somebody like Tim Sears coming from way back, and you mentioned Amy Holland as well coming from the back last night, but track position's obviously very huge when it comes to the Super Dirt Car Series.
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think that you want a time trial as well as you can, and you just have such an opportunity there with the time trial qualifying format that you need to take advantage of it because everybody's good. You have to do that, and this week we've started 9th every single night, and it's due to missing redraw by one spot in the first heat race.
Yeah. Yep.
So we got to get that little tick faster. But each time it's been something a little different for conditions and the adjustments on the car and things like that. But a lot of it is just me going out there and knowing which line to run and to make a fast lap. Without a lot of practice. So
which is always the easiest thing to do.
It's not an easy thing to do, but it's when everybody communicates well and can talk together, you can get a lot of information.
Yeah.
Different tracks, like this track, you can see the track from where you line up, and you can watch the guys ahead of you.
That's
what
big.
They're doing on the track and who's fast and where they ran and different things while you wait to go on the track.
Right.
Now, if you're the first group, it doesn't really matter anyway. But there's other places where I sit in the lineup chute, and then one of my crew members comes over and tells me, so and so was fast. Like, for example, at Weed Sport, Peter Britton was really fast. Set a track record at Weed Sport. So, to have a crew member come over and say, hey, you need to be at this line to be able to set that kind of lap time before you go out is really helpful. So sometimes you want to be a little bit later so you can get that information, but going out early is what it takes to set that kind of a lap. Usually, you want to be in the first group.
Yeah, there's So there's a little bit of give and take there. Yep.
Yeah. So both can be an advantage. You get a little bit of points and money for setting that fast time. We've done that a couple times this season. We've qualified well with a lot of different tracks, but they're all different. That's why this series is so challenging, because you go to so many places and have to adapt to them all. And you race against guys that do this every year, and they really are very good. So,
all right, bud.
Good luck to me. Thanks.
Well, I don't want to hold you up too much longer. I know you got the drivers meeting coming up here in a couple minutes. I know everyone was anxious to just hear anything from you. How I do just want to say and ask how's fatherhood treating you so far? We'll let everybody in on that a little bit, and then we'll let you get out of here and go race.
Oh yeah. Talk about the good stuff. Hanging out with MJ during the day before we go to the races is the greatest thing in the world. I have so much fun being able to just hold him and watch my crew do all the work on the car, and I'm just having a blast. Like they love having him at the shop, and it's the coolest thing because it's pretty early. He's only a couple weeks old, and to get Mandee to come out and stay at my parents' farm, and so that every night I can come home and see them is phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's
great.
So much fun. I'm 36. I think I was a little afraid of this my whole life, and man, what was I thinking? This is the greatest gift in the world. It's so much fun. Being a dad is a blast, and I cannot say it enough. It's just so cool to be able to have that to go home to every night. And it's like right now I just want to be with them.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's and yeah, it only gets it. Listen, there's going to be your ups and downs and your good days and your bad days. I know the both of you know that. But listen, at the end of not the end of the day, but like that's the biggest thing, and it's so cool to hear you already have kind of discovered that that joy, and it doesn't really go away. Like I said, so there's good days and bad days, but at the end of the day, it's you're a dad. Mandy's mom, and you have little MJ now, and you guys are just enjoying the hell out of it, and that's awesome to hear, man. I'm so happy for you guys.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you so much. We are just over the moon and having the time of our lives. And well, Mandy's doing all the work as mom. We all have to.
I don't want to say
I have
that,
a new
but
appreciation for moms out there. That
yeah.
Whoa, it's a lot of work for them. So
yep.
But she's still just has. It's hard to describe. I mean, I don't think anybody could ever describe that feeling you have for your, and it's just cool to be in that place right now.
Absolutely, man. All right, buddy. Well, I don't want to hold you up. I know you got important stuff to do. All right. Thank you, and everyone out here. Thank you.
Area. Add to the drivers' meeting, and they're pushing things ahead here because of potential weather. So
yes,
I'll let you guys go, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate your time. Go get him tonight. Good luck, and we'll talk soon. All right.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, Mike. See ya. Mike Mahaney, everybody, checking in with us, giving us some time before they go racing over up at Land of Legends, Canandaigua. Thank you, Mike. Shout out to Mike Mahaney, our Dirt Track Untold driver, one of our Dirt Track Untold drivers, for giving us some time here tonight, doing a little race day as we lead everyone into our Super Dirt Car Series race, night 3 at Canandaigua of the night 3 of SummerFAST. Up there at Canandaigua. So we talked a little bit. So again, thank you, Mike, for the time, brother. Hopefully he kicks some ass tonight. I know everyone. Yep, everyone's here. Good luck to Mike. Good luck. Awesome. We got them all here. Where's Land of Legends? It is up in Canandaigua, New York. What's this thing tightening up? Need to stop fiddling my microphone here. So there you have it, ladies and gents. So let's see. I don't know if they pushed the I think they might have pushed the broadcast up a little bit sooner on Dirt Vision. So if you guys are watching, going to be end up watching on Dirt Vision, so they're doing the drivers meeting right now. That's why we kind of had to get Mike in and out. Because they're going to be doing the drivers meeting, and then they're going out for hot laps. So let me see if they've moved up for those of you that are wanting to check it out tonight. So hot laps were originally for 6:20, but I think they've probably moved it up. Actually, it was 6:15. So I would imagine they've probably moved hot laps up. Looks like they've moved everything up about 15 minutes to try to get the show in and move it forward a little bit. So I would imagine be prepared if you're going to watch on Dirt Vision. Let me see if it actually pulls up here if I click on the Dirt Vision button. I have yet to purchase the race. All right, so this doesn't give me any info here, but I would plan for about 6 o'clock. It's probably when we're gonna cut out here a little bit before then, so that everyone can kind of scoot on over to Dirt Vision and start checking out the stream for tonight's race. What's everybody got going on? It's a little unusual to be here on a Tuesday, but we're hanging out. David coming in clutch here. Hold on, I'll put that up. Thank you for that. Started 15 minutes on Dirt Vision. Okay, so yeah, so they pushed it up a half hour. Yeah, so they're in the drivers meeting, so they're gonna blow through the drivers meeting, and then these guys are gonna get in their cars and get going for hot laps. So we'll only hang out. We won't hang out for too much longer, but everyone's here and hanging out. What we got going on? Everyone, congrats. Is Mike coming to New Egypt? No. No, New Egypt is Thursday. SummerFAST is done tomorrow. Night 4 at Fulton. Night 4 is at Fulton tomorrow night. And that is the last night, Thursday night at New Egypt. Only Billy will be there. While we're chilling, speaking of last night, let's watch the highlights, because it was if you guys didn't see it, it was a good one. It was a good one. Let me not full screen it. That's a little too aggressive. You know what? Can't really do it there. I got it. That's what we call the magic of television, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, a shower of big block power is about to send a SummerFAST shockwave through Central Square. It's night number 2 of SummerFAST, and we are green at Brewerton.
The Batman, Peter Britton, with the whole shot there down into turns 1 and 2. Battle for second down the D-shaped backstretch. Here comes Jankowski the inside. Hometown favorite Chris Heil the outside. Off at turn number 4.
I appreciate that, Albert. Thank you.
Lap number 1.
Batman holding on to that number 1 spot. Heil up on the top side, looking to keep pace with him down off turn.
Fulton ain't happening. It's going to be terrible tomorrow. 2 to 3 inches out. So this rain is all right. So this rain is coming, and it's not leaving. Okay, I got you.
With a good drive off at turn number 4, but Batman's still in the front. Battle for third, also raging on the double box. Jimmy Phelps trying to find his way past the 84Y as they're side by side off the corner. Phelps going to the line. He's made famous here at Brewerton for a number of years. He'll take the number 3 spot away and slide up in front of Kid Rocket. Now going to go to work on the Heil driver through turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's the
Like we were talking about with Mike, it was top, and then look, these guys are crawling on the bottom. They are catfishing, if I've ever seen it. Heil and Jankowski way up top. Phelps was killing them on the bottom, killing them. So great stuff.
Williamson there.
What a slider by
Well, these guys got excited about something that wasn't on camera.
crossover. They make contact going into turn number 3 and 4, and they're 3 wide in front of them for the number 2 spot. What a battle for spots.
Terry, you saw your 4th big block race at Canandaigua. Nice. Okay, nice, nice. Never been up there. Well, never been to that race. Never been to Canandaigua. So JP's telling us that Fulton ain't going to happen. Looks like all the weather that they're getting right now is going to be for the rest of the sale. So tonight might be it for SummerFAST. But, I mean, this restart, 20 laps in, Sears was back in like 7th or 8th here. Mike's top 10, 10th. But yeah, still right on this restart. These guys are whoop up here or whoop down here. Just, and you had to creep on the bottom. That is slow. You want to talk about slow? These guys are crawling on the bottom in those big blocks. But hooked up. Real hooked up on the bottom. And then these guys are just running the crap out of them on the top. Just up there with where the rogue tear-offs live, just. But Britain, like right here, Britain is just gaining 4 or 5 car lengths going in each corner. But Phelps is just getting it all back, center off. Loses right here. Britain takes it all back, just back and forth, back and forth. Eventually kind of works his way back up there.
Britain's been forced to run the middle of the high side. Now he's starting to catch it again here.
Phelps was just bringing it right back off the bottom there.
Third as Jankowski just shipped Timmer up the high side of turn 3.
Boy.
What a battle for the top spot. Britain up top, Phelps in the middle. Here's Sears on the bottom, looking for the number 2 spot as they bring him down into turn number 1 and 2. They'll work him up into the corner of the 25 car, trying to right in the middle, trying to hold on to his lap. Britain trying to put him a lap down. Sears
What are we about just after halfway? Yeah. Jankowski was up there. Phelps started to kind of drop back a little bit.
Sears trying to thread the needle on the bottom for the lead. As I say that, he'll go to the top side. Hoosier on the lip. Off of turn 2, Jankowski now trying to work the inside.
For a second, I thought that was somebody that was running on the lead lap. That was a cool. That if somebody got that shot, that was pretty cool. 4 of them, just about 4 wide. Good thing Britain didn't get stopped there. That could have been big.
Peter Britain going to refire, but he's got Timmer as a new dance partner up on the top side. Green flag back out on the speedway.
Britain holds court on the bottom. Sears will rip the
And Sears went to the top and went around him.
It'll be Britain by a half car length.
It's crazy.
He'll work the middle.
But I guess he races here weekly, so I mean he's got the notebook for it, you know. Just good, man. And in a Troyer to boot. How about that?
Phelps and Payne battling for position, but now Timmer in the catbird seat here with 25 laps to go. Williamson gets a great head of steam heading down to the 3 and 4. He's going to try to work the top of the racetrack about as high as you can go to get around.
Yeah, and Sears is back. Yeah, he cruised on the bottom from there on out. I don't know if there was anything left on the top. Looked like there were some guys left up there, but like Williamson was still chilling up there, but then he went back to the bottom. It was a close move there, buddy.
Alex Payne saw what Matt Williamson did. Now he's going to chase up to the top side to try to get around Jimmy Phelps for the number 5.
It looks like the top is still there. Dang, after almost 60 laps.
Right now, Jankowski and the 78 of Payne throwing sliders at each other. Now Britain off the top of turn 2, and there goes the 98H of the Beeville Bandit, Jimmy Phelps, trying to take third back.
Double box on your screen right now. Phelps underneath the 21A.
Yeah, sorry, it's kind of small. They go double like that.
As they go down into turn number 1 and 2. He's looking for spot number 5 off the corner. He'll get it away as they work down the back straightaway. They'll work down onto turn number 3 and 4. They'll break him off the corner. This is going to be your.
I don't know if it's rubbered up there. Looks pretty dark, but I don't know if it's rubbered up on the bottom there at the end.
Was dominating during SummerFAST. Fulton wasn't able to finish the job. He had a win out of was clutches late at Drummond. Now we'll bring it through turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Double checkered flag is in the air. Brewerton Speedway, it's Timmer time. Tim Sears
Good for Tim Sears. Like I said, seemed like a pretty popular win. Everyone seemed pretty happy about that.
The winner of tonight's SummerFAST.
So, pretty cool. Great racing. Again, great racing up there. Hopefully the weather stays nice for these guys tonight. They can get some racing in tonight still. And put on another good show. It seemed like Weed Sport was also a great show. Last night, good show. Great show. And so hopefully tonight's is the same. So we were looking at, let me see here. Let me see. They had yeah, so the top 5. So there is a points system for all this as well. So you can see it there. Williamson has 300 points, so there's a point system for this whole deal. So Williamson's leading it over Britton and Sears. Obviously, points pretty close. There's only 2 races, but I mean, if they get tonight's race in, so I'm assuming there's a decent little chunk there for winning the SummerFAST points. Where's our boy at? Mike's 8th. Not bad. I don't know how much they pay out or where. I don't see a payout for it. So I'm not sure what this is. But that was Tim Sears' first Super Dirt Car Series win. So that's good for him. I know he's been racing it for some time now, so good for him. It's pretty cool. But Williamson looks like overall the one to beat when it comes to being consistent. Finishing second. And then no Britain. Where? And then he finished, 2 seconds in a row for Williamson. Let's see. Terry, that Southern Clay is famous. So probably the Southern Clay. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that we wish we had up here. The clay up here is good. We got good racing and good clay up here. That's nothing wrong with it. I don't think anybody would say anything's wrong with what we have, but it can be shaky depending on which track you're at and where it comes from. And there's been times where people have said there's bad clay and good clay and all that good stuff. So, let's see. So we're getting ready here. What do we got? 5:45. So let's see. So these guys are probably getting ready now to go racing. I know they had to push things up a little bit here. All right, so we're not going to hold you guys up anymore. This was just kind of we talked to Mike. Got some updates from him, how his week's going, how things are going with everything there. So, guys, just a reminder that the Dirt Track Untold Patreon, you do get your behind-the-scenes access. You could be getting some at-racetrack live updates as the night goes on. You get exclusive behind-the-scenes stuff, exclusive merch drops and all that. You get to watch content before it comes out to the rest of the public. So that's a reminder, and a reminder that we did just drop a podcast. Mandee's podcast comes out every Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Normally I'm saying it on Monday for tomorrow, but it's today. It dropped literally about 10 minutes before I went live. So she has a new episode that just dropped, so you can check that out wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple. So that is one of those exclusives, the truth about burnout in racing and the tips on how to avoid it. So that just dropped. Check out the merch for the team. And what we got coming up. Let me put the schedule up for anybody who missed it yesterday, since I have it right here. So there is your schedule. And just a reminder as well, this is why I have my phone out. Just a reminder that you get the schedule sent to you every week if you subscribe to the newsletter for Dirt Track Untold. It'll look, I have the schedule up there, but it'll look something like this. This is for the month. Get the entire month schedule for all the drivers and where they're going to be going, what's going on, where they're at. So you can get everything right to your email. Yeah, people still use emails. But that's the upcoming schedule. Like I said, we've been talking about. Fulton's tomorrow. We'll see what the weather ends up being like for that. Mike will be at Airborne. That's why he's not going to New Egypt. I saw the comment about he doesn't run Short Track Super Series anymore. I don't think that's true. Not so much South stuff, but he was running the North Series stuff. But he's got his Thursday night racetrack at Airborne, so that's why he'll be there. Billy will be at New Egypt Thursday. That's the game plan. And then you'll have Mike at his Friday night track at Albany, and then Billy at New Egypt on Saturday. So that's what's coming up. But guys, head on over to, if you're going to watch tonight's race, head on over to Dirt Vision. You're allowed to leave me now if you want. I won't hold you back. It's fine. You can leave. So go watch the race tonight. Cheer on our boy Mike. See if he can pick up a win in the Super Dirt Car Series here to in the closing nights of SummerFAST and this weekly event. And guys, that's going to be it. I'll catch you next Monday for Monday Night Live. Hopefully you enjoyed this race day on Dirt Track Untold and what we did here. I appreciate Mike's time for checking in from the racetrack, and I appreciate Mandee and Mike for letting me do something different like this. It's pretty cool. It would just kind of check in and talk racing a little bit more and talk about what's going on and lead you guys into the broadcast over on Dirt Vision. So go to Dirt Vision, watch the race. If you're not doing that, watch it on My Race Pass or Race Monitor, whatever you want to do there, or keep tabs on it on the pages, or check back to see the results later on. And we'll talk about it next Monday, how all this racing went down. Again, guys, appreciate you all. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night, and I'll see you at the racetrack soon. Have a good night, everybody. See you later.